Well, good morning, YouTube. All right, guys, it is Thursday morning, and it's a bit of a chilly morning. Skies are beautiful, but as you see, everybody's pretty much out here bundled up in hoodies. The bike wash girls, they're definitely bundled up. It's not super cold. It's starting to warm up a little bit, but I think the high today is only going to be about 69 degrees, but it should be a beautiful day. Now, usually when it's a little cooler like this, our business drops. People want to go ride. They're not overheating their bikes, so they don't really think about our services. But it's okay. We're still going to enjoy the day, no matter what. All right, guys, so I'm over here at the Harley dealer, and you know, the other day I put that Figurati Designs dipstick in my oil tank, and I just thought that was really cool. I was really happy at how well it fit. So as I was coming through, I saw that it had a setup set here, and I decided to come in and meet Kerry. He's actually the guy who invented all this stuff and produces it. And it turns out he's a really, really cool guy. He's educated me quite a bit on why he designed it and how strong the magnets are. It's actually really, really amazing. We're even talking about maybe creating something special for us, where you get like an Extreme Bikes or an Amsoil Atom dipstick that'll make us specialty. So tell me what you guys think about that in the comments. But I was impressed with it before I met him, and now that I know him, I'm even more impressed with it. And some of the things he's talking about coming out down the line in the future are gonna be really cool as well. So keep track of that. We're gonna try to keep up to date with this and show you guys what's going on as he progresses with his productions. You know, and he's got a lot of other cool stuff too. He's got fork caps and the little plugs for the swing arm and everything, all kinds of neat stuff. In fact, there's one here I'm going to show you that I wish I had, and he only made one of them for his friend. But in this bike right here, you see right down there, the swing arm pivot cap, got that number 1. Now you got to admit, with the number 1 painted on the tank of the new 2024 Road Glide that I just bought, that would look really, really sweet. What do you think? Alright guys, I've caught Bob trying to steal my footage. He's over here recording while I'm recording, and he has no idea that I'm even here yet. 5:30 in the evening now, and I decided to throw the new Road Glide back up on the lift again because earlier today, Ed Baker came over to me. You guys remember them? I got the shift linkage from them the other day. Well, he gave me this really cool black cover that covers the transmission shift arm. It just makes it look a little bit nicer. But also he gave me this little spacer with a spring, and what it does is it gets rid of the rubber washer that goes on the shift shaft on this side. So just clean it up, make it look nicer. Neither one of these add any performance or anything. They're just here to clean things up and look nice. But this is also spring loaded. So it helps take out a lot of that vibration and shake you get on older motorcycles. To be honest, this one has no shake or vibration yet. So that wasn't really the issue, but it'll still look nicer because it's got the nice gloss black finish rather than that flat rubber finish. So I disassembled the shaft and the arm because this piece has to go over the knurled part of the shaft first. These newer shafts get larger up there, so it won't fit over from the other side. So I just slide it over the shaft there, and then I'll put my shift arm back on, and then my beauty cap on the end of it. Then I'll reinsert the whole assembly in at that point. And then there's this thrust washer, which will go on the back side of the inner primary right there to keep everything from galling on the aluminum in between the case and the shift arm. Before I put it in, I put a little bit of grease on that shaft. It was dry in there. It operated smooth, but I think over time it's better to have some grease on it. All right guys, so finished product. Now we got the shiny cap on there. We got the shiny piece in there. The thrust washer, which you can't see is in there, but it takes almost all the play out. Makes everything nice and smooth, no rattle. And then here we got the black cover, which is like a sandwich. It goes on from both sides and covers that ugly piece of metal up, makes it nice and pretty. All done, that easy. Guys, it's 6 p.m. and that's it. We're gonna call it today. Talon is finishing up working on a custom exhaust job for this gentleman right here. Not something we normally do, but we're just trying to help him out. He bought a brand new bike and hates how quiet it is, and I can kind of relate to that. I'm not drilling out my baffles just yet. We're gonna do something different eventually, but right now, kind of enjoying the quiet, but I know it won't last for long. Hey guys, after closing up, we came out here to Olive Garden for dinner. Talon, Mike, Katie, Renee, Alan, and myself had a really good dinner. Had a fantastic waitress here. Her name is Kate. If you guys come here, I guess she only works on Thursdays. If you come here on a Thursday, she's freaking awesome. Tip her big. But just a tip. But after that wonderful dinner, it is now time for me to go to the pilot, get some coffee, and start editing. All right, guys, I'm done with my coffee. I finished most of my editing. I think Mike is still inside, taking a shower, doing his laundry, doing something. I want to answer a couple of questions that have popped up kind of common. People have asked what I'm doing with the Street King. Guys, nothing is changing with the Street King. The Street King has a job to do, and it's going to continue doing its job. There's a couple reasons for that. One, we've been using that bike for that demonstration for 8 years, and it's never blown up. It's never had any issues that were really overheating related. If I were to take that bike out of service right now, I guarantee you the negative naysayers out there in the internet world will start saying, oh yeah, well it couldn't handle it, so you had to go get a new bike to do it with. And it's absolute BS. There's nothing wrong with the bike, and as you guys know, that was my daily driver for all those years. Probably won't be now that we have this. Gonna put a lot of miles on this and plan on it, so that won't see as many miles, obviously. But it has to continue doing its job. One, I wanna see how long it will take before it does blow up. And if it does blow up anytime at this point, it deserves it. It's served its purpose. It's done its thing. It's proven that the products work. Amsoil, love jugs. If you care about your bike, do those two things. Get your exhaust and your stereos and all that stuff afterwards, but protect it first. Do those two things, and you can have an extremely long life expectancy. And that bike proves it, and it's going to continue to prove it. People have also asked, am I going to let the Road Glide run? No, I'm not going to. There's no reason to have two bikes running to prove that. And at this moment, I don't have a set of love jugs that will work on these new bikes. That was also part of my motivation of getting the new one. It was a benefit, I should say. I could have rented one to do some R&D, but I decided, yeah, I'll just buy one. But because on this model, they no longer have the horn on the left side, they have the ignition coil there instead, it does pose a challenge on how I want to do that. Now in 2018, Harley Davidson started putting the ignition coil on the left side on the Softail line, but only the Softail line. And we have a model for that. And I know that that model works just fine with this ignition coil. The difference is the brackets. If you guys go back to the STURGIS videos last year, I looked at the bracket, and our bracket that sits on top of the Softail bracket doesn't work on the Touring model. The bracket that holds the coil is different. It spaces it down further from the fuel tank. It doesn't align the love jugs properly with the heads if we try to put it right there. So I'm thinking maybe if I just put a Softail bracket on this engine, maybe it'll work. We're gonna experiment with that. And then maybe that model of love jugs will fit. If not, I will have to design something completely new for this motorcycle, which I may do anyways. The other thing I've got to consider is when I had the bike apart the other day, the accessory plug that we normally use to source our power and ground supply for the love jugs is no longer on this motorcycle. So I don't know exactly where I'm going to draw my power source from. Probably gonna have to go buy the wiring diagrams from Harley, get the big book so I can trace it and learn this entire electrical system. And then I can design the proper wiring system to make it plug and play, keep the computer happy just like we did on the last models. But this is gonna take a little bit of time to do. Another positive to having a second motorcycle is, you guys know I've been planning on tearing the Street King down and giving it a facelift. I'm not gonna touch the engine because there's nothing wrong with it, but I wanna repaint it. I wanna fix some of the broken parts that are on it. I just wanna clean it up and make it nicer. I will always keep that a good, streetable, safe motorcycle to ride because it's still always a backup. If for some reason something's wrong with this, I can always jump on it. Or if we have a friend or something come out that needs a motorcycle, it can always be the loaner bike. So it's not going anywhere, but I think now I'll be more likely to take it apart in the off season and do what I want to do because I've got something else to ride while it's down. That's always kind of slowed me down on that because I didn't want to take it apart and then have nothing to ride. So this hopefully will fix that issue as well. All right, other than that, we did meet our sales goal today. We just barely made it. In fact, it was a little bit after 6. I was down the parking lot a little ways talking with the guys over Fairing Exchange, and one of their customers leaving had asked me about an oil change. He's like, oh, it's probably too late tonight, right? I said, no, go do it right now. And he's like, oh, are you sure? I said, no, yeah. It looks like they're closing up. I said, I don't care. Go down there and tell them I said to do it. Because it's the one sale we needed to surpass that sales goal, and we got it. So I'm happy for that. You know, we also took a little bit of time today to walk around the Harley dealership and take a look at some of the absolutely beautiful bikes that are on display. And I will say this, I think there were more performance bagger inspired bikes this year than I've ever seen before. I know it's a new trend, and I hate to hop on it because it's a trend, and that's not why I'm doing it, although it's a benefit. I'm doing it because it's truly the bike that I want to build for me. You guys have seen my riding style. You know that I ride aggressively, and you know I've had people make comments about how I dig the floorboards into the ground all the time. On the Road King, it doesn't do what I want it to do, and I keep pushing it, and it's just not the right bike for the job. It was great on the trip to Yellowstone. I still think this one will be better. And I think this, when I'm said and done with it, is going to be a really fun performing motorcycle that I will truly enjoy. Anyway, I believe that covers just about everything for now. Now, there are 2 days left at the STURGIS rally for us. We've got Friday, we've got Saturday. So if you guys want to come see us, you get 2 more days to do it. Come out to the Harley Davidson dealership here at Exit 55 in Rapid City. Come give us a gander. Let us do a service on your motorcycle. Let us take care of you. That's what we enjoy doing, and we look forward to it. And I've really enjoyed meeting all of you viewers and subscribers that have come out this week to see us. But we got 2 more days, so let's keep those days rocking and rolling. We are almost to our total show sales goal, and I think we'll probably achieve that tomorrow without a problem. And then we'll be happy. We're happy with everything. Tire Shop has already exceeded its sales goal in comparison to last year, so now it's just getting Goliath's side taken care of. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time we see you, keep those engines running.